And on the second day, he has returned. Yes, making his first public appearance at the RNC. Night 1, Donald Trump is back. Obviously, he's got his ear bandaged. He's apparently missing a portion of it. But yeah, making a visibly emotional. Okay, I'm not going to play the clip, even though I think it's a very powerful one, but the music in the background is obviously copyright fodder. But no, I guess we can probably scrub through just a little bit of it, right? But yeah, he's staring down, staring straight forward, and just smile. Imagine that, man. You get shot 2 days ago, and you're smiling, in good spirits, making public appearances for this week. If you guys are just, new followers, new observers. Okay, normally I'd be talking more entertainment-based stuff or something like that, but I cut my teeth on this platform way back in the cut before a lot of other people, who are Johnny-come-latelys to this stuff. Okay, I've been talking politics, down to even just tertiary policy decisions for a very long time, and in my private space, in my private life, for even longer than that. Okay, so for this week, probably with all the stuff that's going on, especially because I'm even recording a few things here, and it's going to be very heavy politics, but more specifically on the failed Trump assassination topic. So if you're not down with that, I understand. If you just want to have news purely centered on the more pop culture side of things, I totally get that. That's fine. But this right here, it's a big issue that transcends typical genres, and it's the stuff that the people that are making all that stuff, all your movies, all your video games, writing your books, all that stuff, all the people whose brains started to break about a decade ago, yeah, this is the guy at the center of it, and that's why we got to go over all of the response and all of the fallout from this, because, yeah, I did the video on Saturday within about an hour or so of me learning about this, and I've had a few days to just sit back and take in all of the disgusting, abysmal, abominable reaction that I've seen across the spectrum, and that's basically what we're going to focus on right here. But there's other videos that I want to do in regards to the response, regards to the shooter himself, because there are so many questions surrounding that entire event that deserve a little bit more pointed and focused attention. But for right now, man, we just got to go over all of the insanity surrounding this stuff, because, yeah, Trump making his way down to the RNC floor, and as you can see, is pointed out by End Wokeness right here with this video. Not a single woman in Donald J. Trump's detail tonight, because, yeah, the one that ended up making the rounds and one of the many memes that came out of that fateful Saturday evening was this absolute train wreck of a Secret Service individual, Melissa McCarthy, right up there front and center. Okay, just I don't know, getting pushed around by all of the men that are down there, making sure that the president, after he was swept off stage, because, yeah, there are pictures of her right there, and she doesn't even know where her holster is, can't even get her firearm back in place, but she's supposed to be tasked with taking care of the president, the most important, the most divisive individual on the face of the earth. She's the one who's there, and she can barely get anything. Okay, she can't get anything right in regards to her job right there. And yeah, that guy right there flipping off of the camera, that's the way that I perceive the Secret Service. And yeah, that's going to be one video that we're going to have to go into at a later date, because how on God's green earth did they allow for any of this stuff to happen? Now let's go to some of the responses, because as predictable as the event was, okay, the aftermath, we all kind of figured that a bunch of people would be removing their masks off of this, and that's, I guess, the one good thing to come out of this, is just showing you in black and white that evil walks among us, that leftists really don't want civility. They don't really want to come together as a nation. They just want your subjugation or your death. Let's just call it exactly what it is, because I for one, okay, we're going to see a bunch of different responses. Not focus so much on this specific incident, but there are some tweets and memes that we're going to pull up that, yeah, you can specifically look at and go, it's a joke. You might think that it's tasteless, but they're clearly trying to be funny. This right here, you can see the attempt, but you can also read into the malice behind this, because this is from Harry's Banana Farm. I don't know, some kind of degenerate dive bar down in Lake Worth near Mar-a-Lago. Apparently, they put a sign up within hours of the event happening. How do you miss a head that's that inflated? At least you got the grammar correct, okay? And so, people started to blast that, obviously, but then they just simply ended up changing it. Yeah, yay for Trump, so happy for him. You crazy, bastards, happy. Well, yeah, of course. Oh no, we're facing repercussions for our terrible and tasteless jokes. However will we be able to survive? That is something that I have noticed that has permeated a lot of the coverage, especially when it comes to the mass media response to this stuff. Oh no, people are now starting to hold us accountable for our own actions. Years and years, nigh on a decade at this point, of us saying that he's literally Hitler incarnate, that he is a de facto dictator, that he is somebody who is going to end democracy. People on those platforms openly calling for violence, for life ruination. And now that all of their rhetoric has led up to this moment, they want reconciliation. They're the ones that are saying, hey, it's about time that we just tamp down the temperature, okay? All of these nasty words, guys, we all need to come together on both sides. We need to just go ahead and really temper this stuff. Here's the thing. Like I said, I've been politically aware for about as long as I have been mentally aware. I'm a conservative through and through, even though when it comes to my supposed political parties assigned to me by my personal political leanings, I have been, for the vast majority of my life, incredibly disappointed by the options. So for me to categorize myself as a Republican or a progressive conservative, none of those banners, none of those labels have generally fit me because we don't really agree on a majority of issues, for being completely honest. The wholesale 35,000-foot views when it comes to specific issues, yeah, sure, I'd imagine that we probably have quite a bit of common ground, but their rationality and their justifications, it's very rare that we would have common ground on that stuff. But at least I'd line up with those guys, okay? Wonky interpretations aside, we have far more in common, as opposed to the leftists that have just gone full mask off, that are now trying to play the victim in this situation. Like, bro, you got caught with a bad take. People are saying, hey, you've got a bad take. Now you're going to whine about it? Because if you just go ahead and go full mask off, these are these people, okay? You've always known that this is generally what they think, but now that this opportunity has afforded them a moment in time to just simply show you exactly who they are. And in moments like this, you just need to listen. Okay? I don't know who this chick is, okay? Nor do I really care, but it's a response that she makes and puts on camera and that she decides to go ahead and share all over TikTok. That is something that I am seeing far too much of.
I just found out about this shit. It just happened. I haven't even had a second to process. You're telling me somebody finally had the balls to bring a pew-pew and he missed! We were a second away! We were a centimeter away from half of the problem being gone, and you missed! There was a white man attached to that trigger. I know it!
Just self-hating female bullshit. Dawn, why do you talk about this? She's just some random chick on TikTok. Okay, yeah, normally I'd go ahead and leave it to these slop peddlers like libs of TikTok, but she can vote. Okay, her vote counts just as much as your well-informed opinion, your family's well-informed opinion. Her hysteric, nonsensical vote will go ahead and cancel yours out in a moment. That is why putting all of these shit libs on blast, at least for the next week, okay, because there's so many things to talk about, and we have just simply scratched the surface at this point. But yeah, we came within a centimeter. We came within a centimeter. I mean, yeah, man, and everybody has seen the video at this point in time, and is something that we played on the video that I made, and so many other people have. If you haven't seen the moment that it went down, okay, I won't bog down the 99% of people that are still watching at this point in time that have, okay? But Trump panning over to one of the videos, okay, one of the slides that he was going to put up on the screen there and break down how bad how bad Biden has been when it comes to creating jobs and helping out the economy. He just simply turns to the side the moment the first shots ring out, and yeah, it just goes to show you, if he would have still been addressing the camera, had to have pulled a Joe Biden to simply read everything that's on the teleprompter, repeat the line, end of quote, he wouldn't be here, okay? And this world would be in a much more chaotic state than it is right now. We wouldn't be celebrating this man courageously walking back into the public space. Oh, nobody has so many armed security. Oh, he's got Secret Service detail out the wazoo. It's still courageous. This man was shot 2 days ago. But that's the other big hope, and I don't have any references of that pulled up. But people are unironically saying, everybody's seen this one coming, right? But they said, oh, he was just shot in the ear. It's not like he was shot in the head. I beg your pardon? These people are absolutely unhinged. Like this Amanda Seales chick, okay, actress known for her role in Insecure. I guess, I've never heard of this before, but I guess that's what she's known for, said that Donald Trump's assassination attempt was staged. Yes, something that we've seen permeate quite a few knee-jerk reactions. On Saturday, that ass was more staged than Tyler Perry's production of Medea Runs for President. Is that a Medea film? Don't know. They aren't made for me. I lived in Harlem long enough to know gunshots do not sound like making popcorn on the stove. Well, yeah, because normally the gunshots that you would hear in Harlem are preceded and succeeded by squealing tires from an Oldsmobile. But no, clearly they were gunshots, and clearly she is still an idiot. So we don't even need to play the video. Amanda Seales is the proxy for so many tards that are out there that think that this was staged. Oh, he grabbed a blood packet and he ran a razor blade. It's all a work, brother. Are you out of your mind? Honestly, one of the most vocal Trump supporters to come out of Saturday has been Elon Musk. The boy has been on a tear, and like this assassination attempt has been the justification for a lot of leftists to just simply pour out their vitriol, Elon Musk has used this for an opportunity to just simply dunk on the media. Because this is something that I made exceptionally clear back on Saturday, is that, yeah, all of the blame for this, you need to just put it right at the feet of the media, okay? Because they are the real enemy of the people, and they are the people truly responsible for this action. Because, yeah, Sunday Opinion, the Sunday paper from the New York Times, they had the opportunity to simply, pivot on their publication. We can go ahead and, make a change to this. But no. They still decided to run with the he failed the leadership test and betrayed America. Voters must reject him in November. You don't hate journalists enough, bro. The way that they were reporting this at the time, okay, you got the Washington Post, Trump escorted away after loud noises at Pennsylvania rally. ABC News, Donald Trump escorted off stage by Secret Service during rally after loud noises ring out in crowd. NBC News, Secret Service rushes Trump off stage after popping noises heard at Pennsylvania rally. MAGA responds from Newsweek with outrage after President Donald Trump injured at Pennsylvania rally. USA Today, Trump removed from stage by Secret Service after loud noises startles former president. And then finally, CNN, Secret Service rushes Trump off stage after he falls at rally. One of those headlines is an accident. That 2 is a pattern. 6 and many, many more that aren't captured in that screenshot. That's, as Elon put, pure propaganda. If it wasn't for X, if it wasn't for independent media sources having the opportunity to actually show and expose what has happened and confirm with people that were on the ground, this would be a very, very different news cycle right now. I can guarantee that. Is it going to slow down? Absolutely not. That's why I think we're going to be very, very heavy on politics this week, and especially now that, this train ain't stopping until Inauguration Day. If we're going to be completely honest, okay, because this isn't going to stop. In November, there's going to be quite a bit of insanity between now and January 20th, 2021, because you have Monday afternoon, short gay black lesbian who's the mouth of Sauron for President Biden, just announced that they will continue to call Donald Trump a threat to democracy despite him recently being shot. This is after Joe Biden mumble-fucked his way through some sort of a, 10-second briefing to the nation where, we just need to really tamp down the rhetoric on both sides, but let me just go ahead and bring up January 6th, but never say assassination once. Doddering old bastard. But yeah, Jean-Pierre, we're going to continue calling President Trump a threat to democracy. Okay, what else did she have to say?
The view is that Trump and the MAGA Republican agenda is a threat to democracy. So how do you get that message across while bringing the temperature down? How is that phrasing going to be replaced? Is it
we're not going to
be replaced?
Well, look, what I can say is this. We have our differences, and it's okay to have our differences. And it is okay to speak to someone's record, to speak to someone's character.
yeah, all you do is focus on his character. You never speak about his record. And if you do, they're lies. They're blatant misrepresentation of the facts. Oh, he caused more jobs than he created. Oh, really? And you are trying to take credit for you just simply turning the spigot after the governors in your decidedly blue states locked everybody out of their businesses, and surprised Joe Biden's this big job creator, but not realizing that, oh, the economies in those states drastically shrunk, meaning that there are fewer jobs than when everything got shut down by those cretins to begin with. Oh yeah, no, we're going to talk about his record, and oh, it's fair to talk about his character. It's fair to make comparisons about his character to other historical dictators who would never leave office once they're elected. Oh wait, what happened the last time Trump was elected and then apparently not reelected? Oh yeah, he kind of left, right? Yeah.
That is the difference of, that is important to be able to do, to show, right, what the American people, what you're all about. We're just going to continue to denounce violence. It is important to do that, forcefully be against violence. Political violence has no place in America. It should not be. It does not have a place here. The president's going to continue to be very, very forceful about that. But we have a difference of agenda.
Yeah, we're just going to continue to go right ahead. We're just going to denounce violence until it becomes politically expedient for us to weaponize violence, because these are the same people that thought, well, hell, we could just go ahead and bring up a nice little infographic right here, shall we? We denounce a political violence, right? There needs to be unrest in the streets, according to Ayanna Pressley. Protesters should not let up, according to the current vice president, Kamala Harris. If you see anybody from the cabinet in a restaurant, in a department store, you get out there and you create a crowd and you push back on them. Maxine Waters, the same Maxine Waters who was out ahead of the George Floyd verdict saying that, oh no, only first-degree murder, which was never the charge against Derek Chauvin, is the only thing that we're going to accept on that one, so stoking even further flames. But she has so many other examples that we could pull. That's just simply the most readily available, that one, and we need to go up to them, even if you see them at a gas station. Several other out-of-touch reference points that she thinks that regular people see other politicians in public. You need to go up there and you need to confront them, get in their faces. And then, of course, the drunkard right there. I just don't know why there aren't uprisings all over this country. Maybe there will be. Nancy Pelosi. All of those people. Were they asked to denounce their rhetoric? No, of course not. What about Joe Biden? Joe Biden, who's popular and very timely quote of saying that we need to put Trump in the bullseye. Okay, that's just on top of several other things. And what I pointed out on Saturday was him constantly referring to Trump as a dictator. Your rhetoric brought us here, Joe. Your lies brought us to a point where people, or some pasty 20-year-old with an axe to grind, took a shot at a president. You have to wear some of that, but also you have to understand and you have to be able to comprehend what you said and what your response is going to be.
You called your opponent an existential threat on a call a week ago. You said it's time to put Trump in the bullseye. There's some dispute about the context, but I think you appreciate that.
I didn't say crosshairs. I was talking about focus on. Look, the truth of...
You didn't say crosshairs. Good one, Joe. We got to slow this down, and we have to grade on the curve when it comes to Joe, because, okay, cool. Yeah, he did something good. He did something accurate on that one. He didn't say crosshairs.
Matter was, what I guess I was talking about at the time was there's very little focus on Trump's agenda.
Yeah, the term is bullseye.
No. Focus on the agenda. There's very little when it comes to Trump. We're going to start focusing on his agenda.
It was a mistake to use the word. I didn't say crosshairs. I meant bullseye. I meant focus on him.
Yes, Joe, you did use the term bullseye. Very good.
Focus on what he's doing.
You called.
Right. Yeah, that cleaned up so much stuff. I'm so glad you make that distinction, Joe. But you're trying to paint this as some 50-50 cause, that it's violence on both sides. January 6th was terrible, and we have no other right-wing reference to make it all whatsoever. But let's just be 1,000% clear, and I'm not taking any of this shit anymore, okay? It's the leftists that do this stuff. Democrats assassinated Abe Lincoln. Democrats assassinated JFK. Okay, so far, not necessarily against you with the first two, but Democrats assassinated MLK. They also got Malcolm X attempted to assassinate Teddy Roosevelt. Democrats attempted to assassinate Ronald Reagan. And now Democrats, oh no, he was a registered Republican who is 20 years old, who wouldn't have had the opportunity to ever vote for Trump to begin with, only registered as a part of a scheme to diminish Trump's presence in Pennsylvania and vote for Nikki Haley in the process because his parents, his mother is a registered Democrat and his father a registered Libertarian. So where does the bustling baby Republican come into this one? But more on that when we do the shooter video, obviously. But the Democratic Party is a dangerous and a deadly criminal organization. 1000%. I mean, if you don't know the story behind Lee Harvey Oswald, tried to sell secrets to the KGB. They wanted nothing to do with them. Ended up coming back, with more information. And then, well, the rest of it's history. Some of it's a little bit more murky history than others, but better people have dug into the subject far deeper than I have. I'm just simply a student of history in that regards. But yeah, Lee Harvey Oswald died in the wall commie. Because as for the rest of them, yeah, I'm not seeing a bunch of leftists getting taken out for their opinion, right? But I am seeing innocent men taken out, okay? Heroic men taken out by ideologues, by people that have been pushed to their mental limits by the media, by the current establishment, by their own psychosis. Because of stuff like this, Corey Comperatore. I do believe hopefully I'm saying that right, no offense, but, Italian last names are sometimes fairly complex. It's not Soprano. I'm probably not going to pronounce it correctly, but this was the man who, ended up getting shot in the crowd, dying on the scene, caught one to the head, trying to shield his family from gunshots. I don't know, man. It's super sad. Corey's last act on this planet was shielding his daughter from the bullets at the Pennsylvania Trump rally. Claimed the life of my brother, Corey Comperatore. Hatred for one man took the life of a one man we loved the most. He was a hero that shielded his daughters, his wife, and girls. Just lived through, most unthinkable and unmanageable, his sister said on Facebook. My baby brother had turned 50 and had so much life left to experience. Hatred has no limits and love has no bounds. Pray for my sister-in-law, nieces, my mother, sister, and me, his nieces and nephews, as it feels like a terrible nightmare, but we know it's our painful reality. But it's man, it's it's a lot. It's disgusting. There's a reason I had to take a couple of days just to try to get a little bit more articulate when it comes to this, because the only thing that I can think, is just that 20-year-old shooter that was up there on the roof, just what his teeth would look like decorating my knuckles, what a lot of these creeps that we've looked at before here, who are cheering this stuff on, who are wishing for an even worse outcome, well, they need to be taught a lesson. All of these responses, it's not unexpected, It's not even really all of that discouraging in so much as there's just so much of it right now. So that's why just giving it an opportunity, putting a few hours between a response is just so important in times like these. And I don't know if I'm really breaking any new ground for anybody or really extolling any wisdom out there, or maybe this is just all for me at this point in time to just try to lend some sanity to the situation, because getting your words right in situations like this, it's far more important than just coming out with a hot take in order to get engagement. I did my video on Saturday because I was wanting to talk about the situation, and so many other people have and will continue to do for the next few months. I don't anticipate that the temperature in the room is going to subside all that much. It's just only going to get worse from here. And in saying that, I understand that that is a lofty thing to say. But before we pivot from this, I just also remember that the Comperatore family, somebody set up a GoFundMe on their behalf and they have raised over $4 million, which is tremendous, I think even Tristan Tate donated $10,000 to the family, which is an amazing thing to see. It could be closer to 5, hell, it could be even higher than that at this point in time. But yeah, thank God that there is some compensation for the family, because even though, yeah, okay, $4 or $5 million, it's all well and good and all that stuff, and definitely deserved to them, I'm sure that they would probably much rather have their father, brother, son still alive, as opposed to being fodder for one of the most despicable, disgusting, pathetic human beings to ever walk the face of the earth, Destiny. I despise this guy, okay? There's a reason that I had to say his name through gritted teeth when we were talking about Boogie. Somebody else that we're going to bring up a little bit later, because I don't want this entire day to be all about politics, but okay. I have yet to see somebody to fall off so quickly as him, who just a few days ago was being lauded for him exposing a fraud, only to piss away and become the laughingstock of the internet, being just such a blatant scumbag. And something that he wrote, and I think that, yeah, okay, depending on what time zone that's at, because I remember time code on the assassination attempt, it was just slightly after 6, so not even a half hour, about 20 minutes after the event. If we learned anything today, I hope it's realizing the importance of principles I've stressed many times on stream before. Having a firearm means absolutely nothing if you don't spend time at the range practicing with it. Okay, cool, so you're just taking more time and more words, something that Destiny does, and he thinks that that's just somehow means to which for him to justify him winning internet debates. You can say simplistic messages in so many more words, therefore you think that you're smarter and you've won the argument. Good for you. Internet politics, best type of politics. You're out there saying, yeah, he should have had better aim this time around, but no. The worst take you'll read all day, brother, Destiny still had time to go. Destiny spent the past day justifying an attempted murder of Donald Trump and gloating about the actual murder of his supporters. Since he came out as a staunch supporter of Israel last year. Well, that and several other stupid things. Let's keep it a buck. Figures like, yes, Lex Friedman, Piers Morgan, Jordan Peterson, Ben Shapiro, and others have hosted Destiny for amicable discussions. But if you know anything about Destiny's history, you will know that he is anything but amicable. He is a bad faith debater. He is an evil person who laughs, who mocks the likes of, well, one of the most blatant examples was him on the day that it was announced that Coach Red Pill had died, thanks to Ukrainian authorities keeping him in a jail cell and detaining and torturing him, saying that that was a good thing, and so many other disgusting things. So it's just recently, but Destiny, this is somebody who also during the day of the 2020 election went on a stream and unironically said that the UK was never locked down in response to the coup. He's a liar. He's a liar, a fraud, a hypocrite, and a cuck. Pick whatever you want. He's the worst aspects of everything that you see on the internet, all wrapped up in one spiteful package. But yeah, no, I don't want to read all of this stuff that's right here, even though I have. I just don't want to vocalize it because Destiny is scumbag, okay? And he's out there rage posting, okay, trying to be edgy, but like I said at the off, okay, you can try to make jokes out of that one. Well, I'll be completely honest, Alyssa Mercante, who of course had a bad take on this stuff, I mean, it's a day that ends in Y, so of course she's going to have an awful opinion, but her posting a picture of a stormtrooper and saying, yeah, Trump shooter revealed he didn't use VATS, I mean, if you're going to keep it within the gaming space, I could see you trying to make a joke out of this one. Again, I also understand you're a detestable human being, but there's a joke to be had there. She would later go on and delete both of those posts, but she was trying to make a joke, but there's nothing that's going to be any more hilarious than her actual career. But as for Destiny, let's play a game. Try to spot the joke that's here. A person in a crowd cheering and supporting a traitor to this country caught astray. I'm so sad, please. No, bro, he's just being sarcastic. Okay, just trying to be sarcastic. Let's just see if we can find the sarcasm in this 21-second clip.
Fuck it, fuck the dude, the firefighter guy, fuck Trump, fuck the people that support him. I just want you to know, okay, just in case you're confused or it seems like I'm, you don't, whatever. If one of you were in the crowd and you're a conservative fan of mine and you end up, you know, getting blown away or whatever the fuck, I'm making fun of you the next day on Twitter. I am, 100%.
There you go. Yeah, no, that's what Destiny thinks of the opposition. He's always thought that way about the opposition. There are endless clips of Destiny vocalizing the exact same opinions. He's a cuck, he's a deadbeat dad, and he fucking hates you. Why does anybody, and anybody moving forward, given this piece of shit, fucking oxygen, trying to say, oh, you know what, I don't agree with him. No. You shouldn't give this bastard a moment of your time outside of pure, unadulterated mockery, derision, and detestation. There's some rhetoric, at least at the time of recording, that he's lost his demonetization for all the heinous stuff that he said on Twitter. And you know what? I'm of two minds when it comes to this stuff, okay? Trying to take somebody down, trying to, ruin their life for what they've said on social media, my free speech and all of that stuff. And it's like, yeah, no, I understand. And I would never advocate for him to lose monetization or anything like that, mostly because it would just end up deranking his posts. And if he's going to tell you what kind of a piece of shit that he is, he should be allowed to put it out there. And it should also be widely available for everybody to look at and go, wow, what a disgusting human being. But then also, there are people that have lost their monetization. There are people who have been struck on different platforms, lost their accounts even for saying things a hell of a lot less than that. This is what these freaks do. They try to prey on the better nature of conservatives, of the people that are in charge. They're trying to take advantage of the double standards. So you know what? Fuck you. How about that one? You lost your monetization on Twitter. I'm not going to cry a single fucking tear for somebody who wants to see me dead. I'm not a fan of Destiny. I've never been a fan of Destiny. And especially after hearing shit like this and reading the stuff that he's posting in earnest, the fact that he has any fans or supporters left just kind of lets you know that there's a poison that is still out there and a realization that there is true evil that does walk among us. So thank God President Trump is back. Thank God he's in good spirits. It's unfortunate, and my deepest sympathies go to the Comperatore, or rather the Comperatore family, for the death of Corey, the senseless death of Corey. And I think that there's still 2 people in critical condition. Hopefully they pull through on that one. But this response, man, it's been something else over these past couple of days. So with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.